So you're thinking about buying a home in Washington, D.C., and you want to be in a neighborhood that has quick and easy access to the key points of the city, and also a neighborhood that has some of the most charming and character-filled row houses that you will ever see. And oh, by the way, if you've ever watched this thriller series on Netflix called House of Cards, that little D.C. neighborhood that was featured in the intro is none other than Bloomingdale. And that's the neighborhood we're going to be touring today. We're going to be touring the entire neighborhood. We're going to be touring a few Victorian-style row houses that have been totally tastefully renovated. And we're also going to be discussing the pros and the cons of living in Bloomingdale, DC. And we're getting after it right now. If this is your first time to the channel and you want to learn every single thing about living in Washington, D.C. and Washington, D.C. real estate, you've come to the right place. My name is Bashir, and our team takes great joy in helping you find the right home right here in the city and surrounding areas. So whether you're planning on buying a home in the next 30, 60, 90 days or more, feel free to reach out through call, text, email. All contact details are below in the description. As always, look forward to helping you find the right home in the right neighborhood. So let's talk about a few amazing things about living in Bloomingdale in DC. So Bloomingdale is bordered by Florida Avenue to the south, Rhode Island Avenue to the north, and North Capitol Street to the west. So it's situated right in the heart of DC. It's only 13 minutes or 5 miles from the Reagan International Airport, 10 minutes from downtown DC, 2.5 miles to the Capitol building, and only 5 minutes to Highway 395. And that's going to give you access into Arlington and Alexandria, Virginia. So if you travel to or plan on traveling to any one of these destinations on a frequent basis, Bloomingdale might be the place for you because you're going to drastically cut down on that commute time. Now, the second pro of living in Bloomingdale is the rapid appreciation rates that we see for the homes. So let's go back 10 years. 10 years ago, in 2014, the average cost of a home in Bloomingdale was $790,000. Now, fast forward 10 years later in 2024, that average number has shot up to $1,060,000. So that's about a 7.5% increase year over year on property values, right? And that's greater than the 4 to 6% average growth that we see in other neighborhoods in DC. And a lot of the homes here are these older 19th and 20th century Victorian row houses that have just this amazing architecture. And it just gives a lot of charm and character to the neighborhood. As a matter of fact, I'm standing on the roof deck of the first home we're going to be looking at. But before we take a look at this home, let's see what the neighborhood has to offer. And I'll meet you right back here on this rooftop deck. Let's get after it. Bloomingdale is a charming and historic neighborhood located in Northwest DC, known for its aesthetically pleasing 19th and 20th century Victorian row homes, and also its vibrant community atmosphere. Located just north of the U.S. Capitol, it offers quick and easy access to downtown DC, major highways like I-395 and the US 50 highway, and also has easy access to other neighborhoods like NoMa, Shaw, and Eckington. Now, while there isn't a metro station that services the Bloomingdale neighborhood directly, the Shaw, Howard, and NoMa Gallaudet metro stations are located roughly about a mile away from the neighborhood. Residents can enjoy a few neighborhood favorite dining options like DC City Smokehouse for some smokehouse barbecue located on Florida Avenue. They've done an amazing job of winning the hearts of locals and tourists who visit the area. Another neighborhood favorite is Big Bear Cafe on 1st Street Northwest. Known for its cozy atmosphere and excellent coffee, it's a popular place for locals to gather at the outdoor vine-covered patio and enjoy a menu with locally sourced ingredients, including delicious breakfast and brunch options. Big Bear also hosts community events and a farmer's market every Sunday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., just adding to its appeal as a neighborhood hub. If you didn't want to wait until Sunday for the farmer's market, you can head over to Harris Teeter or Trader Joe's for grocery shopping, which is about a mile away in the NoMa neighborhood, which also has an Orange Theory fitness gym for you to stay fit all year long. Another option in Bloomingdale is Yoga District on 1st Street Northwest. According to niche.com, Bloomingdale has the honor of being ranked number 22 out of 109 for best neighborhoods to live in DC, number 35 out of 109 for best neighborhoods to raise a family in DC, and number 17 out of 109 for best neighborhoods for young professionals in DC. Bloomingdale's close-knit community, Diverse residents and proximity to downtown make it a desirable place to live for those seeking a blend of old charm and contemporary urban living. Okay, so if you were paying attention, you probably picked up that one thing was missing from that neighborhood tour of the video. And that one thing is green space. So even in a very dense neighborhood like Bloomingdale, we still have ample amounts of green space. Now, this isn't acres and acres of green space like Rock Creek Park or Sligo Creek Park. This is about 1.5 acres of green space right here in the Bloomingdale neighborhood. This is a Crispus Attucks Park, and this park is open to the public. So you can come here with your dogs, just get a little breath of fresh air in a dense neighborhood like Bloomingdale. So one thing about DC neighborhoods is no matter how dense it is, in almost every neighborhood, you can find green space. Even if it's 1/2 acre, you can find some sort of green space. So now this park is located in the middle. So it's it sits between the backyards of homeowners' backyards, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So really cool space to get a breath of fresh air in a neighborhood in the middle of the city. Anyway, back to the rooftop. All right, so let's take a look at the first home. Now, let me prep you. This home we're going to be taking a look at, hands down, has to be one of the best, top 3 easily, one of the best homes that I've seen in DC in a while, right? And I actually do mean that. This home is a 7-bedroom, 6-bathroom, 4,400 square foot home with a rooftop deck. And we have these amazing views of the city. It's basically new construction because the entire home was gutted down to the studs and rebuilt. There's also a 2-car garage. So parking, huge in the city, especially at this price point in this neighborhood where parking could be a challenge. So without further ado, oh, and by the way, this home is 114 years old. It was built in 1910. So let's respect our elders here because this home is older than all of us. So when you see this home, be nice. Let's check it out. Okay, so this is the home. We have well manicured front yard. And just look at the entry, right? All brick. And you have the British or English lamps outside to give it more character. Okay, so we're starting off at the front, hardwood floors throughout, and we have this step that goes down. These look to be around 6 inches wide. So recessed lighting throughout. This is our entertainment area. And then right to the left, we have these huge windows that just allow a ton of natural light to pour in, right? And then, so the home has been perfectly sectioned off. So we have designated areas for every situation. We have our dining right here. And then we have this huge island. These are Calcutta stone surfaces. So really quality stuff. We've got the gold handles on the cabinets. That just gives it a little bit of a pop. Love the color combination. Look at this. So ample cabinet space, floating shelves, and then we have these black and gold light fixtures. Let me just step back a little bit. So Viking appliances throughout, the refrigerator, the stove, and the dishwasher, all Viking. And to the right over here, we have a wet bar and a wine cooler, additional sink, and a window for more light. And in addition to the dining table, we also have seating for an additional 4 or maybe even 5. let's call it 4, so everyone isn't cramped up. And I mean, look at these cabinets, these drawers. They're huge. Just love the stone surfaces. So even though there's no official pantry, we have a ton of cabinet space, and we also have more cabinet space right there by the wet bar, where the right under the sink. Now, take you to this back area. This is an additional living area, right? Tons of light coming in. We have a powder room. And then we have, maybe this could be your coat closet, because there was no coat closet at the front. But anyway, we have this additional entertainment area. We have French doors that take us back to the yard where we have parking. Now, these are 10-foot ceilings. So 10-foot ceilings in a DC row house is hard to come about. So let's check out this parking situation. Let's take one last look at this space. So we have this back patio, and then we have this roll-up door that can comfortably fit 2 cars. And then these steps lead down to the basement, which we're going to check out in a few minutes. Also a level 2 electric vehicle charging station. So have additional light fixtures that just gives an additional pop to this back area. At night, you can just turn these lights on, and just makes the place look amazing. So on this lower level, on this first level, this is my absolute favorite part, because it's, you know, secluded from the rest of the from the rest of the property, at least on this level, right? So really love this area. And then you have the curtains. It just gives it a peaceful ambiance. Look at this kitchen. So we have 4 more levels to check out, but let's start with the basement. Very wide staircase. We have these banisters. So this is our basement, recessed lighting throughout. We have a kitchenette with another wine fridge. We have this study area over here. So even though this is a basement, it doesn't feel, what's the word I'm looking for? It doesn't feel like your typical basement, because we have that door brings in some additional light, and we have these windows, or that window brings in more light. So let's take a look at the first bathroom down here. So this is just a half bath. Again, we have the matte black fixtures. Closet space, water heater, washer dryer setup. That's the HVAC system. Now we have 2 bedrooms in this basement. This is the first one. Again, a window in the corner brings in a lot of light. It doesn't feel like a dungeon. closet space. And we have a Jack and Jill situation going on right here, bathroom that leads us to the second bedroom. So this bathroom is shared by the two occupants. So let's take a look at the second space. So this is currently set up as a workout area. It could, of course, could be a bedroom, right? Because we have our egress, we have our closet. Now check this out. We have have you ever seen a basement with a walk-in closet? I bet you haven't. I don't think I have either. So we're both experiencing something for the first time. So there we go. This is the second space. And this door just leads us all the way to the yard. So, you know, you could come in through the basement as well. Take a look at the bathroom. Same theme. We have the matte black faucets. We have a tub. So the basement has 2 bedrooms and 1.5 bathrooms. So this can be, just because the rest of the home has so much space, honestly, you don't even need this basement. So if you wanted to rent this basement out, get some extra income in this neighborhood, if you rented this out on, Airbnb, I was talking to the developer of this place. I mean, you can bring in about $3 to $4K per month extra income that could be put towards that mortgage, because the rest of the home is just so spacious, and this just leads us out to the front. So let's head back upstairs. So let's check out the third level. This design just adds an extra, extra pop to the staircase. Now, on this level, we have 1 bedroom, a full bath, and this is the owner suite. So let's check this out first. This is all closet space. So this goes all the way down. And the same situation right here. This one looks even bigger. Look at this. King size bed, recessed lighting, 10-foot ceilings. We have these huge curtains that just gives a feel that you do not see in a lot of row homes in DC. So there we go. What an amazing property. Really love the matte black. I mean, look at this. Look at the colors. Sorry, the design on this. Rain head shower, standing shower, and we also have a tub. And then we have these brass telephone style shower head, which is really interesting. Look at that. Washing machine. This is the full bath, second full bathroom. This is bedroom number, so 2 in the basement. This is bedroom number 4. Again, huge windows, brings in a lot of natural light. Now the lights are on, but you know, you can easily turn this off during the day. Let's take a look at now look at these trees. So the trees don't even prevent the light from coming in. The trees just add an extra layer of, you know, a beautiful view. Now, closet space. Again, we have a walk-in closet. Let's head up to level 4. Really love how wide the staircase is, because when you're moving furniture, what happens is, you know, you get dings on the wall, you can hit the banisters, but this is wide enough that you have enough space to maneuver. So on this level, we have 3 extra bedrooms. 1, there's another one in the corner, and we have bedroom number 3. So let's check out this one first. Again, similar theme, lots of light, sizable bedrooms, decent amount of closet space. We have this office nook and another Jack and Jill setup. Different design on the tile in this bathroom. So trying to mix it up a little bit. Tub. And then this is the connecting bedroom, even more natural light. So that's the original entryway. We have our closet. And then you can see how high up we are from that backyard. Okay, let's head over to this section of the house. We just have an additional hallway closet right there. And then we have our final bedroom, which could also be used as an office. Look at the view. Has its own bathroom and a walk-in closet. So we have our shower and our tub. Same theme. We have these vintage black telephone style brass faucets, which I really like. Sizable shower. His and her sink, cabinet space. You also have a additional space right there in the middle. And then this takes us up to the rooftop. So let's check that out. Okay. Look at this. I mean, this is just, it's amazing. And over there in the distance, you see the monument. And then you have views of the rest of the city. And I think going west that way is views of Maryland. So this is your entertaining area. You know, during the spring, summer, you could barbecue, have guests over, just have a good time. You have additional light fixtures. So, yeah, that's it for this masterpiece. Okay, so in Bloomingdale, for north of $1.8 million, this is what you can expect to get. What an amazing property. Tell me in the comments. I'm actually curious to hear about this. What was your favorite part of the property? It is so hot up here. You can see I'm starting to sweat, but I love it. I would rather be here in the summer than in the winter because I would be running to get out of this. So let's check out property number 2. Lower price point, but it's still a beautiful home nonetheless. Let me know what you think about that one. So let's go check it out. Okay, so I'm on North Capitol Street. We're gonna take a look at property number 2, but before we head there, let me show you how central this location is. Just gonna flip this camera around. So we have easy access to key points of the city from right here in North Capitol Street. If we headed straight north, that takes us straight to the US Capitol. If we headed northeast, that takes us to Highway 395. Easy access, 10 minutes to the Reagan National Airport, and easy access to Arlington and Alexandria, Virginia. If we headed this way, east, this takes us to the neighborhood of Shaw, U Street, Howard University is down that way. If we headed west, that takes us to the US 50 highway. Access all the way into Baltimore, Maryland through the Baltimore-Washington Parkway. And that also, west this direction, takes us to the NoMa neighborhood, which is just also a few steps away. This used to be a gas station. As we can see, this is a newly built apartment complex. So lots of new construction going on, really central location, close proximity to everything you need. Now, all this does come at a cost, which we're gonna discuss. But first, let's look at the second home and then we can talk about that. All right, so we are on North Capitol in Quincy. Going to be taking a look at property number 2, which is this row home. So this is a 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath, 2,400 square foot home, also built in the early 1900s. So this home is just shy of 100 or a little bit over 100 years old. So let's check it out and compare it to the first one. Now, this is a little bit of a lower price point, so it doesn't have all the bells and whistles that the first property had, but nonetheless, still a great space. Let's check it out. Exposed brick. That's the first thing that catches your attention. I love when homeowners don't put drywall over this brick and they just leave it exposed because it just adds a lot of character to the home. So this is our main level. We have a fireplace. We have 2 fireplaces, one by living area and one by the dining area, right? Hardwood floors, recessed lighting, And we have these bay windows that just allow for tons of natural light at all angles to penetrate the space. Now, we're just steps away from North Capitol Street, which is really busy, but this home is so quiet. I can't even hear like a car engine. It's amazing. Again, we have more exposed brick over our fireplace. So this is your primary living area. You can choose to, I guess, mount the TV up there above your fireplace, or you can section this differently and have the TV right there. And then we have our kitchen area, which has a great distance away from our living space. So 3 different sections. And then to the left here, we have a powder bath. Oh, I keep saying powder bathroom, a powder room. We have a prep island. Decent amount of countertop space, more exposed brick. So we have, older finishes in this home, but this is a really clean home, really spacious, like the somewhat high ceilings. And most importantly, we have secured private parking. Not much of yard space. However, this parking definitely comes in handy. So I like the brick on the neighbor's house. So let's start off in the basement first, then we'll work our way up. More exposed brick. Now the brick down here is painted white. Not sure why this wasn't left how it was in its original form, but okay. So we have our basement. There's no exit to the front of the property. There's usually a door right there where you could exit out, but doesn't seem to be the case here. So this is our basement. Now there is an exit through the back, so this definitely could be a rentable basement. And a lot of people around in this neighborhood, they rent out their basements because the homes are pretty large, and oftentimes there's no need for the basement because you have an additional 2, sometimes 3 levels of living space. So to make some extra income, you rent out the basement, and basement rentals here are in huge demand for Airbnb purposes and also for just a regular long-term rental tenant. Because again, very accessible neighborhood and people are drawn to that. Have a bathroom, HVAC system, and then we have a bedroom with closet space. And another closet right there. We also have, to complete the space, we have this kitchenette and a mini refrigerator, some cabinet space. You can put up an electric stove right there for your tenant. So this is a great moneymaker, right? On average, I've seen people bring in $24,000, $30,000, $35,000 per year renting out their basements through traditional methods or just on platforms like Airbnb. So really great investment overall. Let's head upstairs. Now look at that. Look at those high ceilings. Goes all the way up, and then we have the skylight up there. Really good stuff. We have these original banisters. I mean, look at this. On this level, we have 3 rooms. 1, 2, and that's the owner suite right there. So I guess we'll start off on the extreme end. Again, we have even more brick. Check out our closet space. So as we head out this way, hallway bath. And then we have this office area, which could also be a bedroom with high ceilings. Then we have these double doors. Could also be used as a bedroom. So let's head to the owner suite. So we have our skylight. Get a view of the clouds. I mean, I'm sure the skylight is not there for viewing the clouds, just as an additional light source, but you can still see the clouds. So stand-in shower, rain head, his and her sink, no tub. Okay, again, we have these extremely high ceilings. More bay windows, bringing in a ton of light. I can't get over the exposed brick patterns in this property. It's just amazing. So this space, I guess this is just open space. Cause I don't know if you could put a closet right there, give you more closet space, but let's see how big this closet is. So it doesn't go all the way down. So there's your closet space. Okay. Let's head back down. So early in the video, I talked about 2 pros of living in Bloomingdale. The first one being rapid increase in property values, and the second being how accessible the neighborhood is. However, these 2 things are double-edged swords, and that brings us to con number 1, unaffordability. So because of rising property values over the past decade plus, which is a good thing for homeowners, but those who are looking to actually buy a property in Bloomingdale, this might be a challenge for those folks. So right now, the average cost of a home in Bloomingdale is $1,060,000. The average cost for a condo is about $767,000. Now, I've seen condos sell below that. I've seen condos sell as low as $380,000, but for the most part, condos sell on average around $700,000. So overall, it just makes purchasing a home in Bloomingdale out of reach for some buyers. Now, number 2, due to Bloomingdale being so accessible, is a good thing. You can get to 395, the highway takes you to Virginia, takes you to the airport. You can get to downtown. You can get to, Maryland using the US 50 highway. You can get to NoMa and U Street. Eckington is another neighborhood that's just adjacent to Bloomingdale. You can get to all these neighborhoods, but that comes at a cost, and that cost is traffic. So during rush hour, North Capitol, which is a major thoroughfare that connects Bloomingdale to the rest of DC, sees a ton of traffic because you have a lot of people going down North Capitol, going north, trying to get onto the highway to go back into the suburbs of Virginia and Maryland. So you're gonna see a lot of traffic in the neighborhood around rush hour. So that's just something to keep in mind as well. Now, number 3 is parking can be an issue. So if you don't have a parking pad or a garage on your property, like these 2 properties we just looked at, that can be a challenge, because I actually used to live right off North Capitol in Bates Street. And I'll tell you a story of how challenging parking was. Now, this was well over a decade ago when I first moved to DC. So in DC, in a lot of neighborhoods, they have this thing called street cleaning, where on Tuesdays or Wednesdays, the city cleans different sides of the street. So for example, when I was living on North Capitol and Bates Street, the city used to clean the left side of the street every morning from around 9:30 to 11:30 or 9 to 11, whatever time it was. So I would have to get up super early and move my car from the left side of the street and park it on the right side, because everybody who was parked on the left side of the street between the hours of, call it 9 to 11 a.m., you would get ticketed because that was the time designated for street cleaning. So it's just an inconvenience. I mean, come to talk about, if you don't even have, if there's absolutely no parking on the right side of the street during that time, you can find yourself circling the block for minutes, right? Looking for a parking spot. Because think about it. Everyone is going to be moving their cars from the left side of the street to the right side of the street, right? And then that's on a Tuesday. And now on Thursday, you have to do the same thing all over again, just on the opposite side. So if you don't have designated parking in this neighborhood, good luck. It could be a challenge. Now, a lot of the homes that I've seen in Bloomingdale, they do have parking pads or garages in the back. So I can confidently say it's not a thing that most homeowners are gonna have to be worried about. And now the last thing is noise levels. So being the urban neighborhood that it is, Bloomingdale experiences typical city noises like traffic, congestion, pedestrian noises from bars and restaurants that are open late. So this could be a downside for those folks seeking a more quieter and laid back environment. So, I mean, overall, when it comes to picking what neighborhood you're gonna buy a home in DC, it just comes down to, what are you willing to sacrifice? Are you willing to sacrifice space? Are you willing to sacrifice noise? Are you willing to sacrifice convenience? And are you also willing to sacrifice budget? So if you need some expert assistance with deciding amongst these multiple factors and seeing which neighborhood might be the best fit for you to buy a home in, feel free to give me a call, text, or email. All my contact details are in the description below. It was a great pleasure walking you through the neighborhood of Bloomingdale. And until next time, I'll see you in the next neighborhood.